There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curse of Fallen Torment. Tonight we're playing the module Curse of Strahd, but the change transformed, and we're playing in the system and setting of Frostmark the RPG, everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. But with me, I have a wonderful cast of players. I got Daphne, our crave violence, and Malakim Soldier, played by Suku Inuaga.
I'm just vibing, bro.
Leonard, I'm being stalked and I don't like it. I have him Medulla's played by Pepper. Hello.
Hey.
And Solo the Vistaria, Chiefling Bard, played by the much more awake this time, Hester. Hello.
Yes.
And Styrax, slightly less unstable, our Tiefling Elementalist, played by Neo. How you do?
Hi.
Hi. So what happened last time, gang?
I got Snapchat.
Well, we started off in the werewolf cave, and when the leader, the hero, came back with her hunting party, having picked up some meat and milovich, which, you know, maybe also meant to be meat, who knows? At that point, we didn't really know. Anyway, she clocked pretty quickly that we're here, and we tried to explain what happened and why we're here, and she definitely showed that she's in for the cause on staying with the Countess by, like, kneeling, for example, in front of me and apologizing that way. And we let her know that, you know, we would want to, like, in exchange for making sure this, like, goes smoothly, we would like to have Nyanka be freed. And after, like, a moment of her hesitating, we were able to convince her that that's probably her best bet. And at first we wanted to just not talk about it, but she did come back and explain that it's probably, like, she's gonna find out one way or another, and it's probably better if we just let her know. And then Leo made the decision, or offered the opportunity, to talk to the Countess through the ring that he was given. And after some thinking about if there's other ways to do it, we stick to that. And he did talk to her and, well, tried to, but it was redirected to Rahadis, which we now figured out that she has a ring, and that I can call anyone that has a ring as well. So I could call her anytime, as long as I think about her when I want to send a message. And Leo did his best to smooth things over, and as it turns out later, that it worked. But for now, we just were giving the message, and meanwhile the rest of the party were, like, talking with Kirill and well, I think you get to decide that. I can call you whenever I want. And then, yeah, they talked about with her a bit and kind of moved everything over, and we were, like, invited to eat with them and stuff. At first, after that, we went to Nyanka, let her know that everything's going the way it's going, and giving her, like, also her option. Might be a little bit early for Ventencia, but, you know, she definitely didn't want to become a werewolf, and that makes sense. So we let her out and went to the eating. And actually, we also talked to Milivoy, who said that he was following the kids that were leaving, which are now werewolf kids. And, well, not that great, but we explained everything to him, and there seems to be, like, a way maybe he really wants to stay with them. He made a promise, and maybe they maybe he will become part of the pack, who knows? Anyway, then we were called to dinner, and even though normally the pack leader the alpha should get the first bite, but it was requested by Kirill, to be given it to me, because they need to learn that when they get back to civilization or to the countess, they have to, you know, live by their rules and not by themselves. So that is where that came. But there's a bit of you see a little of tension throughout with her behavior towards me, and bowing to me basically, being like a sort of playing off below me, and we kind of read all of that, and it makes sense from what we heard before. Then moments later, they had their ritual. They're like for parting with the dead werewolf that we killed. Well, unfortunate. But it gave a moment to have Skennis stay behind, who wanted to talk with us, and he seemed to quite confident in asking us loaded questions about their decisions that they're making. And we tried our best to stay, vague in a way, but clear also. And I think in the end, it was clear that as long as there's no real reason to, no real option to fight back, it only makes sense to align yourself with her. If there's a way to do something, then there could be another way. But for now, makes no sense to fight against. And after that, everything was over, and we went to find our place for the night's rest, since we can't leave because of the storm that is coming, or already came. And we overheard, Sol more specifically overheard, a conversation between Zuleika and Kirill. We know Zuleika really doesn't want to be involved in all that, counter stuff. She wants to stay with prophecy of Father Knight and all that stuff. And so they had like a real conversation there, and it got real tense, and Kirill thrown her out of the room and jumped on her to make clear that she needs to submit to her will as the alpha. And we are left to wonder about what the fuck just happened, and everything's gonna be if everything's gonna be fine if we stay here. We're not.
Yeah, there's only Sol who knows what actually, went on before that sudden burst of aggression, for
The
sure.
original one.
Seems like you guys had a lot of fun here. Old cats.
That one's more critically acclaimed.
Alright, let's return to
we're
the
separated.
moment.
Anders, you here?
Yoey! Stop!
You bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Accept the match then.
Within their red fangs, cavernous lair, as an autumn storm rages on outside, and the pack
Wilder
are
was the
settling
name of
down
the
before
original
bed.
Wonka.
Sol lingered behind a corner, overhearing a tense conversation between the alpha of the pack, Kirill, who wants prosperity for her woven friends, and the night priestess Zuleika, who wants to fulfill a sacred prophecy to free Barovia. Together with Sol, Daphne and Leo, who's covering make-pretend conversation, falters.
I can
As you hear Zuleika crash into that wall, a red-furred werewolf stalk after her, demand submission, and then Kirill returning to her normal humanoid state as she retreated into privacy.
Alright.
Cyrix, you merely heard the commotion as you went to sit down on the steps beside the statue to Father Knight, where Nyanka still lingers. But all of you can clearly see Suleika rushing in defeat and hide behind a stalagmite in the far corner of this cave.
It's great for stats.
You all look eyes with each other, and then you turn to look at Soul with curiosity as to what just transpired. A second thereafter, when Sensia's voice calls out for Laszlo, Hans, and Franz, and they hesitate for a second, and then they go running towards her. What do you want to do?
We like get together again near Nyanka.
Yeah.
That's what our first idea was. A little bit of privacy. Come on.
Can I move now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm permanently stuck to the wall throughout the entire interaction.
Perfect stealth in the wall, you know? No one can see you there.
Okay. Hello. Hi.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Something definitely happened.
Yep. Really big happened. Interconflict between two groups, essentially. That's how it comes to down with it. Carol wants to do, or wants the group of werewolves to survive, so that's why she's confiding with the countess. But the priestess sees it as a weakness, and she wants to go back to the better days.
That
Yeah.
we already knew.
Yep.
Us staying here is creating quite the problem, I think. But well, what's the worst that can happen, right?
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe that they finally start killing each other.
Not the worst. I mean, it's nice to know that, you know, Kirill is just looking out for her people, so I think it's understandable.
It is as we talk with Scannis. Either you want freedom or survival. You can have both in this situation.
Yeah, I don't think this freedom is really on the table right now. It's more like a future hope thing. I guess survival somewhat too, depending on how things go with the counter sometimes. But maybe more reliable.
This already starts looking like Valaki. I don't wanna be between of them again. But
Well-
we are already too deep.
The only difference, I can probably not become a saint here.
Yeah.
Although, I'm a big part of a prophecy, apparently. We all are.
Yeah, that is what the priestess' main argument is, to fight against the countess when she brought it up to Kirill. And Kirill does not want to believe in false hope.
If I'm being honest, also Mother Niva said the prophecy to us, so at this point it might make sense.
I guess the only thing that is concerning is that Fire Knight is the one that's telling the prophecy.
Well, there's still much we need to discover and learn about this vast land, of course. The history and the origin of it, and who this Father Knight figure is. Regarding freedom and survival and fighting behind causes, well, it's gonna be pretty much similar anywhere we go in this valley.
Yeah.
Especially that it is under a rather ill-tempered ruler.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if I made it clear, but when I tried to talk to her, I was redirected to Rohadas. So I think we went off on like okay terms, but
That depends on how Rahari sends the message.
I mean, like in general, last time I actually talked to her, I think we worked things out. So I was just letting you know that probably won't be able to talk to her really for a while. And that's kind of the deal we made, and I mean, it's not necessarily bad, it's just different. But I could, I could call Rohadas anytime,
Oh,
She's definitely up for that.
I'm sure she would appreciate that a lot.
I'm sure too.
That
Gotta maybe ask her schedule or
at,
something.
at this point, I find pity on Rahares, knowing that you can call her at any time.
Well, sure she'll like it.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll
Hmm.
like it. Anyway, wanna help
We're
me?
very well bonded in the ball,
Wanna help me set up the tent, or are you
Sure.
fine with just sleeping bags?
I think the tense is good.
I thought
Yeah.
Did my sleeping bag got tattered? Actually, wait, let me check. Is my sleeping bag okay? Do have a sleeping bag.
We do have enough tent for everybody now, so
Yeah, and Yanka probably also can
yeah.
join
Some
in a 10.
privacy.
Go and get an extra 10.
All right. What? Actually, do you guys want to do rounds like keeping watch again? I don't know.
I don't think
Sleeping-
we need to.
I don't know.
think it would be not the worst idea.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
just
just don't-
sleeping in a werewolf's cave. Not that great of an idea.
Yeah, even if it's not directed towards us, it might be nice to figure out if something's happening,
That's true, but hey, if they wanted to do something to us, they would have done that already.
Depends.
Mm,
Maybe people acting out due to things happening.
Sure.
I think it's not that worst, Should keep up the routine anyway.
yep. It's been a while since we camping out somewhere.
Well, Daphne, look at the cave around her. I beg to differ. But hey,
You wanna do this here, or do we wanna set it up like more to where the
think-
other werewolves are?
he is
I
fine.
think-
Okay,
Here? Okay. Alright.
let's chill near the statue for the night.
Yep.
Maybe he has something to tell us.
His protection
Maybe.
would be nice.
Okay. I'll help
Okay.
Daphne set up tents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Daphne will
same here.
set them up like around here, ish.
Set them up to help.
All right. Yeah, there's plenty enough space to do that. So
Huge.
within half an
Great,
hour,
great, great, great.
you have your camp set up.
Anders? Not going very well, Tom? Okay.
Please stop. Don't misuse
help.
its power.
Only dead. Yeah, I'm fine.
Good old afterwards.
Good old Darren.
Good old Tommy.
Good fucking arrow, Shan.
Okay,
we'll be-
so how are we gonna
we'll be
handle
looking at
the
going
watches?
top some more, then.
I will do first or last watch.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do
Yeah.
first.
I'll take second.
Stairs will take first.
Ah,
Just
okay.
take last.
I'll take third then.
Damn, that bad of a lane.
Oh, okay. So,
Stark,
Stark's
Stephanie.
first.
Yep.
Stark, Stephanie, Hess, or Soul, Leo. All right. I mean, you do spend some more time just shouting and resting. It's just like right 9 o'clock when you finish setting up the camp. You realize that Suleika seems to have some kind of sleeping situation going on in the corner over there, so she doesn't leave. She just settles in there in the corner. Meulen tries to get comfortable, but it's a little bit hard on him, and he seems quite heavy in thought. But eventually, things seem to settle down. You can hear for some time Skenis playing on his bone
Good
flute.
fucking son.
That starts to get a little bit grating on the ears because it has a pretty high pitch, but it's still interesting to listen to. There seems to be a merry kind of get together around Vincentia. Where they're playing cards with the kids. Kennen, the adult male with the beard, and the blonde hair one with one of the eyes with a scar over it. Until finally, like, the kids go to bed first, the adults stay up a little bit longer and just quietly talk to each other until they also settle in. There's some conversation definitely happening between Kirill and Bianca, but you cannot hear anything. But eventually things also goes quiet over there. The wolves all find their respective warm corners, some sleeping with the werewolves to find some comfort and some companionship. And soon, indeed, there's an early night where everyone snuggles in to their respective corners as the wind
Okay, let me don't fight.
picks out
Let me just do this.
outside.
Walk out.
The storm has really set in by now, but thankfully you are not outside traveling at this time. Instead, you're safe and warm enough.
We can go for
In
this
here.
techies instead.
Sarix, tell me, what do you want to do for your watch?
sorry.
Not much. There's only one thing, and she will just
We're leaving pressure
open
on the
her
customer.
notebook
Yeah.
and just
Let's go.
open it with a scratch paper
Mhm.
that mostly just looks at it.
Can't think of
Though
it.
the writing is like kind of like orders
Is
she
right
did
on the
for
right
herself,
side now? No,
just
it's on the left.
saying like I need to find him, and just will keep on her thoughts mostly.
Okay. Make me a perception intelligence.
12.
12. You know, you keep an eye out, but there's still a lot of movement in this cave. From time to time, the wolves kind of rise to find a new place to lie down, which is colder than the last one. Sometimes maybe somebody tiptoes to the loo, you know. And there's also for sure an exhaustion in your bones, even though you certainly feel better than when you woke up this morning. Things are catching up. A soreness. Hess.
Yep.
soul is dreaming about being back in Sirpool, surrounded by all of your all of his favorite people within the Vistani, the mentor, Madame Eva, Sophia, all these kind and bright and passionate faces, people from the time of your year-long caravan journey you did across Karnas. And there's this roaring and warm campfire in the middle. Everybody have their instruments out or showing off whatever poetry or stories that have come up with recently.
What a
There
fucking
is
awesome!
meat
fucking huge.
cooking by the campfire, like making your mouth salivate from the smell. Everybody's laughing and drinking wine, and they all like magnets, like you were a sun in a solar system. They revolve around you. As soon as you're left alone or a conversation falters, there's somebody new who immediately jumps in to sit down beside you, pick up another conversation, or ask about your craft or showcase their own. And there is this warm, satiated, fulfilled emotion just warming you up from the inside of, this is my family. I love them. They love me. And this is where I belong.
Yeah, we were a little bit too obvious there.
All right. Time passes, Derex. You want to wake up the next one?
Yep.
At least PA is fun.
Anything happen?
No, didn't notice anything. Just the usual movement as this place is.
Exactly.
Get your sleep.
All right, Daph. What you doing?
Sharpening my sword.
Taking care of your equipment, like oiling it and mending it.
I already done that. Now I'm like maintaining my shield and armor. Well, not armor, cause magic, but shield, I guess. Like fixing the dent and like polishing it. But at some point she will, very out of character for Daphne, kind of like, because normally she's alert, she's not playing around, she's keeping eye, like, you know, like keeping an eye, keeping watch, but she's kind of like empty-headedly just staring to the ceilings and looks to be like contemplating something. So she will try to meditate, since like now that everything has calmed down a little bit, she has a time to think of the thing that happened and how it affects her own
They're all
ideal
went all for that.
and point of view. Like, the more she spent time in Barovia, the more she realized that she started to not see the types of creature that she considered monster and to be exterminated, not monster anymore. She thinks that everywhere is the same, no matter if you are an awesome or Malachi man, or a tiefling, a half elf, or a werewolf, or a vampire is still fighting against people who have power, fighting against oppressions, or fighting for power. Like everywhere is the same. As she think back to the kind of eternal sun, as she think of compare the two, like social system there and here. It's just like without the appearance, without the bright color or dark color, like everything is structurally the same. Like the core of it remains similar, and so similar in fact that she cannot get it out of her head. So in fact she doesn't keep watch, she just keep meditating and reflecting. So I would refuse to roll perception because she's yeah.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, I don't really
That's completely fine.
know here.
Then
feel
it's a very quiet and calm moment for you,
Well, like they collapse on them every single
considering all
time.
of
So
these
every
things.
time we go. Yeah, I know that. But
Syrex.
And
Mm?
oh, sorry. I thought it's my no.
Here's
Sorry.
Underlord. What does he have?
Syrex, you're also dreaming.
Well, a Vanguard and Pipe. They're all here. They're all here.
Your embrace is stacked with
I didn't wanna
new
go in.
books that
You
you have
walked up
found
on
at
top
the
of me.
library, and you skip down a cobblestone street lined
Okay,
with like stone cottages.
I did not think the Underlord
There
would
is
cancel
the
you.
noise of a city all around you. You're not really at like a busy street, but there is a market street close by, and so you hear these sounds of vendors calling out their various food stuff or what
Wow.
else there might be
Both
setting up
physical and
along the
magical
street for. But this side street you're skipping down is far more residential and quiet, and there's only a few faces, most of which you know that pass by you, people who live in the vicinity, people common to your neighborhood community. The sun is setting. There's already the smell of different families cooking coming out of their houses,
Yeah, I'm gonna be tracked.
fireplaces, and you
Yeah, they're like, we need to just
come
give
to
up
this
that
quaint
bot
little
side now,
house,
if we
stone
don't
house,
if
2
we can't
floors
fight it.
tall. There is greenery growing up into the
look
wall
at that,
through the
look at that.
cracks. And opening the door, you come upon
Hey, Josh, but I didn't
your
have it on the right
father
hot
and
feet.
mother cooking food together, and they immediately greet you warmly, asking about whatever studies you did at the library today and how your training is going, and your dad shares about what is happening up at the castle,
think we wanted that
exciting news. Your mother has recently, for a few years now, gotten back
think
into
that-
her own work, helping around as a school teacher for the community around.
He is coming.
And you all gather by the
Almost like we get it.
table. There's a bit of wine being shared.
Dude, I
You
pressed every one
sit
of my
down
hotkeys, and
as a
none of them worked,
family.
and I was like, where is it? Where's my dust?
And there's no worries on the horizon. There's no amnesia to be had, and there is no destructive fire within, wreaking havoc within and without.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just in ease,
Um,
and you've always been in ease. And life is
They're
good.
all missing right now. They're all missing. They're all in our triangle.
Alright, Daph, time to wake up somebody.
He's third.
Yeah, we don't have any spells.
It's me, Sul.
I'll go over. I'll look at Soul. Think of just like a funny way to wake him up.
He is having the stupidest, biggest smile.
I will kind of like kneel down and whisper.
Isa,
Wake up! We're being attacked by wolf!
What? Daphne. Oh, God.
As you wake up, you see just like a shit-eating grin on Daphne's face.
Yeah.
Millevoy grunts and tells you to be quiet as he turns around at the cage.
Why did you do that? Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Oh, already? Fuck. Okay. Alright. And so, just grudgingly just...
Oh my God.
Tent.
All missing, all
Oh,
missing.
fuck.
It's effective. Good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you staying? Why are you
So, before you describe what is happening during your watch, I wanted to make it clear to you. You know,
I was by.
you know of like how a sugar high works, right?
I told you.
There is the rush, the high, the energy, and then the happiness, but then comes the crash, where you feel double as bad as you did before you imbibed the
You
sugar.
hit the stun. Good shit.
Yep.
Fucking
This is what
shit.
you're experiencing right now, but emotionally. The dream was so happy. And your heart felt so full that
Hey, look,
now
look.
when you wake up and you realize that reality is
I can't believe I got the kill. I was
Exact
just, like, I
opposite.
just clicked auto attack.
to what you wanted, what you desired, what you enjoyed in your dream,
I'd like a blink dagger to initiate.
you fall into this emotional low of just this grieving.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Certainly, after the high, the adrenaline of Daphne's he was definitely smiling and said, yeah, joke. But when Daphne starts to go see his face
I'll take a
just
kill
lets
next
go
time.
and just it's like the most saddest thing that you see on a person. Like eyes are hollow, mouth just jaw just all loose. Internally,
Holy shit,
so
she's dying.
feels like there's this pit in his heart that he just cannot get rid of. His dream was perfect. It was something that he truly desires. But once waking it up, he got hit by reality of is it that really simple? Is it that all I want I would love to come back. That's the thoughts he goes back, but deep down inside, he knows that he can't go back. He has chosen something that, honestly, something that he deeply regrets, but realizes that it might be good in the long run. But oh, it's so fucking awful to what he's feeling right now. So certainly he will just walk and think about all these things. Definitely look at Father Knight, the altar, and just lean on the base of it, and thus just wander around his mind. It says, "Is this really? What am I really fighting for? Really? Why am I making decisions that will just bring me more pain? Why? Do I just get on them? Is that my characteristics? Is that I just winging it? Is that who am I truly? Am I really happy with this life that I just dreamt? Is that really what makes me happy? Why is it so difficult to do just something to do it right? And certainly those thoughts are just keep flowing into him. As
Make me perception intelligence.
perception intelligence.
Only time I'm not carrying this.
Dip it, shit it, an entire world.
Well, you're very surprised when a voice comes out from the darkness.
He already used this dispel.
Not saying that. Well, Father Knight can certainly help with that, young Vistani.
Yeah. Is you're awake?
I mean, you woke me up.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Daphne. I have Battlemaps with wolves. No offense, but you know.
It's alright.
Good to see her. Enjoy to find her.
What do you mean by how
Tech is in
Father
missing
Knight
group.
would have helped?
GG calls already? Are you shitting me? We turned one fight and they're just like, okay, it's over. It's over. Dude.
Father Knight recognizes
Yeah, we don't have creeps. We don't have
that the most important question
We need bot
you will
dogs.
ever ask yourself your whole life is, who am I?
There's a shield.
And how do I change for the better? No?
Wait.
Yeah.
We all are all selfish creatures when it comes down to it.
Okay, I feel
There's
like I'm alone now. I'm scared.
only one life,
Yeah.
You
There's
have.
nothing this far. We don't have.
and so you must protect it and make the best out of it. No? And she kind of comes out from her hiding space and kind of comes forward and rubs her eye and sits down on the ledge.
I'm sorry, Kirsten.
It's one life, but do what's right. It's yeah, but why does it have to hurt so much? Like every time that I do something that is right, I'm
gonna
just
see about just like
losing
the stuff.
things that I love and want.
But
Those are the important to me.
but what is right?
We don't
Sorry.
really want to fight without Kristen, okay?
what is the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
The biggest revelation you can have is when you realize that it's all these questions about morality, about doing the right thing and how to do the right
There are people
thing.
here. How did they find me here?
It's all subjective. There are
I think I
those
died,
out
yeah.
there
No, that's fine.
who are
I-
quite extreme, who have desires that normal people would call evil. But if you would open up their brains and look within, what they would be telling themselves is, this is right. This is the right thing to do. There's no one that goes around thinking I'm evil and I'm doing bad things. And she looks up to the statue. There's only candlelight now around, like most of the torches have been put out, and there's this weird soft shadows dancing from underneath
Safe lane jungle.
underneath the face of
Keep
Father
that
Knight.
safe at all times. So we can choose the ground.
The
to
freedom.
fight it.
One of the freedoms that Father Knight reveals to you
May be so bold to quit.
is release. Is
Yes.
release from the pressure of constantly asking, am I good enough? Am I doing enough of the right things? When truly the answer is, as long as you're following who you are, you cannot fail. You're always doing the right thing for you.
They're switching to tops.
Easy said and done. As Father Knight really, do you actually believe that Father Knight has that guidance
They
and
have
power
ages?
to answer these things that we're all currently facing?
Damn it! Oh shit!
Father Knight wants you to
Save me,
be the
guys?
best one you can be, to be the most you. And if you're the right person for the task, then you have no
They was
worries.
doing good though. They're good there in the back. Oh my god.
But I
Just,
don't know who I am. I'm sorry. And so we just walk out from that conversation.
you might not hear, it's pretty soft, but you hear a whisper coming out from that gloom from Saleka. Then it's time to find out. And then she creeps back into her corner.
Where should I start? Yep. And that's so it's just gonna find another corner and just lament.
Alright. Leo!
Oh, hey.
Hey, Leo, it's your turn.
No,
No, I think.
not yet.
Be
Oh,
dreaming.
drink.
He do be
The
dreaming.
way I was called made me make clear to me what's happening now.
Oh, okay.
The boat road home is triumphant.
You just
You are the savior of
I don't have on
Barovia. And not only
I
that,
tried to drink it,
you
and I
were
thought
the
I'd
most
say,
capable, the most wise, and the strongest among your party. You had the wherewithal to do the final attack. You were the one pushing your party forward, and so when you return on this boat journey home from Persoy back to the capital of Conbaldar, the eyes of Sol, Daphne, and Cyrex, their gazes to you
Yeah, couldn't.
are not
recovered well enough.
judgmental
Sarcasm
or
maybe.
sarcastic anymore. No, there's just this unadulterated admiration.
No.
Their comments never
It's
put you
purely
down
just-
again.
it's
They
pure-
never
it's
tell
purely
you what to
reflex
do
there, or
and how
anger,
to
I
do
guess.
things better.
Yeah.
Instead, come to you and ask for advice and gush about how much you have grown past them. When you return to Conbaldar, there's a victory parade in your honor. And up there, at the end of it, your family is gathered, and they all look at
Like,
you
I
with
can't even honestly-
pride on their faces. A representative of the Copperbeards hold a speech in your honor, and there, in the crowd, screaming your name the loudest, with a open and happy tears of joy, there's Elincia with a matching bracelet.
There's Lark in the back.
And you know that when all of these celebrations are over, you will have time to catch up with her, and you're sure that there will be no hard feelings. It would just be picking up from the page you left off.
Yeah,
And you
so
have
many
everything
stacks,
you
but
want.
Also look at the Underlord.
Respect. Admiration.
He's just Aura King. No wonder we can't kill.
But most
kill anyone.
important, acceptance. You're not a fuck up. You
AC,
are
Greaves.
a hero. And then Soul wakes you up.
Hopefully on his cheek, because I know he's grinning. I know that motherfucker be grinning and listening. Hey, there's a spider coming to your mouth. Hey,
Slark had such an easy time versus me, man. No.
Soul?
In the
Yep.
laning stage.
morning.
No. It's morning. Yes.
It's your turn, but I can't quite sleep yet, so I'll hang out with you. Do you mind that?
I guess not. Sorry, I'm a bit tumbled up right now.
Yeah, I'll just wait you outside. And Soul just goes to the tent.
And the same thing happens to you, Leo. Like,
I'm always in bed around 8.
there's the echo of that rush,
I'm-
and then the doubt starts creeping in. The realization of, no, it won't be like that. It will probably be way worse. If I succeed, would Father really look at me like that? Would Elincia forgive me? And slowly,
I think
Mhm.
it's like very perfect because these thoughts were already there, and it seemed so like looking back on the dream now, it seemed so incredibly unreal. In his situation right now, that's even more unlogical and untrue. What he just saw, unreachable, stupid,
Yeah.
and
So, like, you're ready to sleep.
But-
it's just
But it felt so good.
Oh, you must actually sleep well.
I think as he has this moment where no one's really looking at it, he isn't. He's kind of letting go of his like after the first start and the like conversation and the tense conversation. He was really like confident again and happy and jokes around and everything, and he's kind of glad right now because he's in the tent that he doesn't have to be that. You can see like he's very nervous, very frustrated in different ways. And he's like feeling up his scar on his throat, like maybe pulling a little bit too strong on it sometimes when the frustration kicks in. As he, once again, knowing that Soul's out there, tries to gather it all in to leave the tent. Alright. Last watch it is, huh?
Yeah, nothing major is happening.
Yeah.
So,
Who gave you the idea to wake me up like that? Really rude.
Sorry, Daphne did it to me, so.
Oh wow. I must have really rubbed up on her, huh?
Yep.
When you first met, she didn't even know what a joke was.
I know, and that's the most scariest fucking thing ever. Daphne evolving and having a sense of humor, worst thing.
Crazy. Well, I think we all rub on each other, That's what happens when you travel alongside.
Yeah. But there's something that we haven't done yet.
What?
Talk one to one.
But that is true. That's true.
So,
There's so many things going on.
yeah. Been together thick and thin, huh?
Hmm.
So,
You said you couldn't sleep. Is
Yeah.
something the matter?
this shit. I mean, a lot of thoughts floating around. Oh, I just want to say that I'm sorry for forcing myself to heal your scar. I know you were frustrated and thought you deserve it. It's just, I'm sorry. That was not right. I forced myself in that situation to make the decision that you don't want, and I just want to say I'm sorry.
Thank you. I probably was a good idea. Guess I just would have liked it to be my own decision. And I think you can see like Leo he's drops a little bit in his demeanor as he's getting once again nervous, like moving his fingers. And as you mentioned, like the wound, he's like moving above his throat. And usually he's like very meticulous and always showing off that he's confident. So that might be a little bit surprising and that he's like doing these almost like subconscious movings as he talks to you.
This-
I just
it certainly make things awkward, huh?
no, it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. Not you.
Come on, let's find a seat.
Okay.
And when we find a seat, so I just turn to Leo and it's like, Leo, do you think what we're doing is right? do you think we're making things better?
I don't know if it helps to say what I think is right, but I'm trying to do what I think is right. I I really care for all of you, and I really don't want to let anything happen to you guys, and I worry that you guys got too much entangled with me, and it's maybe right, but maybe not the best. You know what I mean? All of you.
Well,
I
never. I mean,
No, go ahead.
us. I don't even. We don't even realize that us will be entangled as well. So it's not your fault, Leo. Honestly.
don't know.
It.
I mean, Emmerich so for some reason thought he needed to come back, and I'm kind of that, so kind of my fault also, obviously. It's just really fucked up. I I don't feel as confident anymore. I think.
Yeah. I saw that. Um, but you're an amazing guy. You know that? You're scared as shit, but Jesus Christ, you're able to stand yourself to honestly people who are much more stronger than you.
Yeah, I guess that's something I've learned. Um, well, I don't know. I kind of stopped trying to perceive myself that much. Kind of didn't feel that great, so I just stopped. I'm just, I'm just going. That's the state I'm in right now.
Yeah, I mean, it seems that all of us are in that state as well.
Yeah, but like the whole fight, it almost halted me. It feels like it's just. I feel like I could have. I feel like I make decisions for the team because we all don't know what we're doing, and I'm not sure if I should do that. I feel like we could have done better things there. I should have. I know I didn't want to. I just didn't want to talk to the Countess, but I should have. I should have just brought it up and wouldn't have to nearly die and be fucking lucky that stupid ass dude found the ring. It was just. And I just wanted to do something, and it was stupid. I feel like I'm doing that too often. I don't know.
Hey, that just means that you're trying your best, and honestly, everybody makes mistakes. I
Yeah,
mean,
but mine matter too much, which sucks a lot.
I mean,
It was so much nicer, and like mistakes didn't matter.
oh, fuck yes, my God, the
Could just
days I was in my group. Oh my fucking God, we just go night, drink, and wake up the next day, and we don't know fuck shit what happened to us, but we have fun anyway. But, I mean, yeah, it's just I feel like we're relying on you too much, and I'm just I mean maybe Daphne and Styrax would say the same, but I just want to say apologies for that. It's just you seem a natural leader, like you were born for it.
oh God. Thank you, I guess. Thanks.
It's this is with two dudes talking about emotions. Oh my god, this is this-
I just don't know. I'm just, it's very stressful. I am not sure, especially as we start to unravel all these things. If I can, like, keep everything up. If I can keep the countess at bay, or anyone, really.
Mhm. Ah, it's now so complicated, isn't it? So weird.
But enough about me. Enough. What are your thoughts? What do you want to do? What do you think about right now?
Just what's next? I mean, the plan of going back to Kresk seems doable enough. Hopefully, we don't bump into any hurdles before then. Then, after that, I don't know. It's just taking one step at a time. In this complicated web of politics, in this land that I've never really given insight to. I just wish I did when I was younger. It could have been so much easier.
I'm not sure that much either, no matter how much we know. Honestly, the more we figure it out, the worse it became, you know? When it was just like, oh, here, your prophecy, go and save Barovia. It was a lot easier than the situation we're in right now. I'm just wondering, because I feel like you have like ties all over Barovia in a way. You're kind of going against all of them.
Yeah.
If your neck, and you have Vistani, apparently meant to be made weapons of the Countess.
It feels weird to go against the current. I mean, I'm more of a flow, just going, following the river down the lane. But what I'm doing right now is me going against all of that, all of the things that I've known, and such a hassle.
You could go back if you wanted to. I'm sure I can, said it may be a good word for you, and you can maybe now and then accept the gift and become like a Vistani and just chill out with Vistani, or start traveling again throughout the world.
Soul shakes his head and says, "No, I think I've gone so far that there's no turning back. I've made decisions that didn't give much for thought than other than what is right."
Well, let me say that I don't think you should be continuing on this path due to you thinking it's already past any other option. If you want to continue on this path, you should want to do what you're doing. Because I think there's plenty of options. And, maybe maybe it doesn't matter what we're doing here, Who knows if it's that important. If you feel like it's better for you to have your old life back, then I'm all for it.
But that means that there's gonna be a chance of me fighting you three.
Maybe. Maybe you can just leave again with your troop. Bounce them through bars and not remembering what you did the last day.
Maybe, but honestly, now I don't think it's the worst risk to take.
I just want you to not feel like you're forced into all of this because of choices you made in your past. Maybe that you even feel are wrong. I want you to stay with us because you want to.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time for me to head to bed. Nice talking to you, Leah.
Alright. Good night.
Good night. And Leah will, Sol will go to bed.
Alright. Leo, tell me if you get up to something specific, or give me a perception intelligence.
We shall do that.
Thank you.
Oh, 17. I think he is just looking like to the group where they're sitting, making sure they're like all fine. And I think as Sol's moving away, and I think you can probably still see like wounds and other from the fight that haven't fully healed yet, especially on Sol. And it kind of makes his thoughts drift for a moment. I think he's also looking at the statue of Father Knight. Might be a wrong inclination, but he feels like what he saw in his dream is connected to the statue being here. And he's just kind of like, not angrily, but like at the verge of it, like frustrated, annoyed, looking at the eyes of the statue. And then lets like his gaze wander again to stay vigilant, as he should.
Give me a pure presence check.
Presence check. Sure. There we go. I was surprised. The one rolled before. More like it.
Well, you're not really feeling like yourself anyway.
That's very true. Not that as much presence as him.
Indeed. Leo, you start hearing the werewolves slowly stirring. They seem to be early risers. And in the end of your watch, they're already going through, some of them are already up and about and going through morning routines. You can hear that Skennis and Vicentia is already by the campfire and conversing quietly with each other as they try to make sure that there's enough breakfast for everybody. And it turns out to be, as to your knowledge, a calm but strange night. And Daphne, when you wake up, you don't remember any dreams you had.
What does that even mean? Like, did I have a dream or no?
You don't remember?
You don't remember?
I don't remember. It's one of those dreams, man. It's so bad. It's so shit. You don't know what happened.
Wow, okay.
That's know it like for a minute and then you forget it.
Yeah.
Starix, when you wake up, you experience what Sarx and Leo went through, maybe even more so because your dream went on for a very long time.
Oh boy. In that case, is Rex the first to wake up? That's the question.
Probably the last.
Yeah. Then Sterex that usually says good morning, which is just like not a single word.
Oh. Morning. Morning, you all.
Last
Good
watch was uneventful.
Honestly, I slept pretty well last night.
Hey, maybe that's just your thing, sleeping in caverns.
Maybe. Brought me back to my days, you know.
Oh, you were like out hunting and then you would kill the beast in the cave and then take it over.
You know, like we used to fighting undead in the desert, and in the desert there are like these small caves. Hide away from the, you know, all the dangerous thing out there.
And Yanko, how was your sleep? You're all good? Nothing weird happened?
Nyanka is still sleeping.
No,
Uh,
never
I think,
mind.
let me.
That's good. That's a good sign, honestly.
I think it's time for pack up. So once Yanka is awake, we just take care of her tent and we can just immediately leave here.
No. Do I hear the storm still? I try to
Yeah.
listen.
It's not as loud as it was last night, but there definitely is still a wind speed that is high and snow.
Well,
I hope we can move on from here soon, but the weather has to believe so too. For this, I think.
Saleka gets out of her corner, massaging the back of her shoulder where she impacted the stone wall yesterday. She yawns and nods, and then quietly whispers, "The Alliance is still on, right? You're gonna find him?"
of course.
We're gonna do
Thumbs
what we can to do what we think is right.
Thumbs up.
Then I will pray for you.
Great. Can't wait to have Father Knight's presence with us.
Try not to have yourself killed by Curio before we are back.
Yeah. Whatever happened, probably not the smartest thing to do.
You're right. The most important thing is that I stay alive. So I can help Annabelle when he returns.
Staying alive is always good, yeah.
Any
Sorry.
Fastest way
You
to
know.
get a copyright strike.
Stop myself.
any appearance traits that we can, you know, look out for? Oh, it's just he's so recognizable that we're gonna recognize instantly.
Darker skin than I have. Color of the night. Brown eyes. No hair on his head.
Bald.
Just
well,
over 2 meters tall and even stronger than Kirill.
Okay, I think 2 meters tall. That is, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
recognizable trait, I suppose.
that's a tall man.
you guys want, you can maybe like do your magic thing and like she can correct it a bit, and then we get like a good illusion of it.
Let me try. Can I do that with minor illusion?
Sure, it will take like 20 minutes or so of like small adjustments, but eventually it will work actually. And this is what you see.
Yeah, it's just good in case, you know, there's other magic we use and we need to actually know how it looks like.
Is there a way for me to save this image, like, like in camera rules?
I will mention, and if it's a very long time, there's going to be an intelligence check to remember.
Oh my god!
You could also try.
Just like every morning we make the image, you know, like
I can try. I
routine.
can try. Can I try to draw it, like at least like a rough sketch of it?
Sure. Do you have an art and craft skill that has sketching involved in it?
Nope. It's all singing.
Then just make me a dexterity check.
Okay, I'll try. Dexterity.
Yes, it's dexterity. Okay. It's not a stick figure,
That's good.
but
just
it's
simple
quite
shapes.
rudimentary. Yeah.
Simple shapes. Okay, that's fine.
all you need to remember, you know.
You know, this eyebrow is not the right shape. This face is a bit too big, you know?
Hey. I'm not a natural born artist, okay? This is Picasso in my opinion, okay?
Okay, first of all, who's Picasso? Second of all, that just constructive criticism.
I don't have time to draw.
Before you leave Suleika, going through that whole process, Suleika catches your hand, so, and she says, when you do find him, be sure to ask him how Kirill cheated to win. I really want to know.
Okay. I'll write that down in highlighter then. Okay.
And she squeezes your hand and she adds, I'm sure you will discover the depth of your own identity. Just have a bit of faith in Father Knight, and it will reveal itself to you.
We shall see. Thank you. And I'll be sure to ask the questions when I see you.
She nods and she disappears southward in the cave.
Oh, is Milfoy awake?
Yeah. He seems to have had a restless night. In fact, Kirill appears.
Oh god.
Looking,
oh no.
looking a bit more calm, and with purpose, she strides over to Milvoy's cage. She looks down upon him with a frown, and just before she's about to start talking, she looks over her shoulder. Breakfast is ready.
Alright.
Okay.
She says that to you too. Like, go. Leave.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Is it fine if we're present there and meeting without you?
Can we leave her here? Question mark.
She sends like a vicious look towards Nyanka, and even like Nyanka falls into step behind Leo, and there's a look on her face of like, there is no quarreling, do as I say.
Okay.
Alright.
Let's go. Breakfast.
Breakfast time.
Starbucks will follow the party, just from being last and just in silence.
Breakfast.
I think I'll now check in with Nyanka and ask how she was sleeping, if she's feeling well or not.
She yawns and gives you the most vicious look she could give you. She doesn't seem to be a morning person.
Honestly, fucking mood.
Alright. Let's get back to the campfire, shall we? Who is here this morning? These people are here this morning. It's kind of like leftovers from yesterday, but it's made into a stew. So it feels like it's thinned out a little bit, but hopefully more filling in the sense that it takes longer to eat. And you're, as soon as you sit down, you're immediately given food. It doesn't seem to be as like strict rules of who gets food first, but they're still hyper polite in the sense that like as soon as you sit down, you're given food quickly. You know what? Actually, before breakfast, looking at the time, I think it's time for a quick break, is it not?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Refill your glasses, go to the toilet, pet your pets, and come back ready to play another hour and a half. Hopefully.
Oh my.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Except for the night, become Batman. Win-win. Swear to me! Where is he?
I am the night.
I am the night. Are his parents alive? Yeah, he doesn't even know. Rustani, you know. Nix is
I'll take a crossbow and I'll go shoot up his parents. Get him out of the way.
Nix is different in that sense. That he knows one of his parents, and the other one he has at least a clue about who could be. Like he might be able to find it out. But I'm going to go and get myself another glass. I'll be right back. My S word of a mother doing it with an otherworldly being, probably. Yeah. If Raziel is speaking the truth. Indeed. I don't know about you guys, but I had a really, really good time with the dreams. Hope you liked them too.
Dreams? What dreams?
Yeah.
I don't have any dreams.
No.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I really like that emoji, Adrian. The stare. Gosh, that's creepy. Dreams
Oh my God.
free drama. Dreams free real estate for drama. Yay.
Yee-ho.
Hey,
back.
welcome back. Also, yeah, dreams are always trauma. I don't know what you mean, Adrian. Everything is life as a whole is a trauma.
Okay, don't let the mist of Barovia depress you that much, okay? Sun is shining.
Too late.
You know, Neo, you should like move north in Spain and find like that village where Resident Evil takes place. And live there.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
But
Suit you
why?
better.
But why?
I don't know, it was just suited better, I guess.
As you can.
Umbrella Corp has a good work-life balance. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I heard it has life insurance.
I mean the conditions to work in
It's
Umbrella
the-
Corp are nice. So
I mean,
it's
it's
a nice
that
salary.
if there's no life, then
Yeah?
there's no work, you know, then that balance.
Or maybe it's a work-on-life balance. Ah.
Yeah, I think I heard that they have a very good life insurance too, you know. Very good healthcare also.
You'll never die with them.
Yeah.
Ah, experimental drugs.
Extended.
Right and left. Oh god. Okay. Since everybody's returned, let's get back into it, shall we?
Is Hess back?
Yeah, Hess is back, right? You were her. Hess?
Oh, he's
Ah.
not.
It
We've been
takes
He
time.
was! He was back, I promise.
We've been juke.
How dare you?
I know when Hess speaks up, so I knew he was back.
Well.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry if I took too long.
No worries. We gotcha.
I knew you'd come back.
Okay, so as we return, you sit down for breakfast. It's a meat stew. You're handed out food as quickly as you arrive, but it doesn't seem to be as stiff when it comes to traditions this morning. Once the atmosphere is for sure less tense than it was yesterday, there's, that morning kind of like more silence. There's not as much chit chat, but it's more of a comfortable silence when those moments happens. Anything you want to do?
Do I get the sense that Bianca is a morning person?
Yeah. She we're the one who handing out food again to you guys, and like there's not much vegetables, but she made sure to like put this little stem of a herb on top of your stew to try and make it better. No.
Thank you.
Zuko died.
Mm-hmm. I think so. But Zuko is typing right now.
Yeah, 4G probably.
Pepe sleep. Sorry for being on.
So she
Yeah.
seemed cheery and like welcomes you in, and
Yeah, I think seeing that, I'll be like, ah, thank you. That's very kind of you.
it's the least I could do.
It's really nice. You do like the cooking all by yourself, or are the others helping? Or how's it going?
No, we do help, but I do believe, yeah, it's mostly you. And when? Yeah, it's usually the ones. Scannis is, and she pointed towards Scannis, who grunted and took another sip of the stew. Scannis is really good at the skinning part, and Sensei never has idle hands. But I gotta say that when it comes to flavor, I'm the queen of it.
Oh, decorative side of things. I can tell
Yeah.
that.
I mean, life deserves, that little extra. Like, why not? If you can,
course, yeah.
you should.
I would totally agree. Also, I'm afraid I haven't met everyone here. So, and I may not introduce myself to everyone. My name is Leo. As you guys know, I'm somewhat engaged with the Countess. And it's nice to meet you all.
There's a little bit of a sobering at the party, and like they all turn to you. The woman with the blonde hair shaved one part of her head and the scars over one eye. She leans over and puts her elbows on her knees. I don't mean any disrespect, but how is that, if I may ask?
Oh, being with the Countess?
Yeah.
Well, due to other things, it's a little complicated. But she's nice and very protective. So we're working it out. Nothing immediately is perfect, but we're getting there.
I see. But you don't seem undead to me. Isn't that required?
Oh, I'm a little bit of an edge case, It's more like we giving each other some room, I'm not immediately forced into all the stuff that normally would happen. She just cares for me very much, and he wants to give me the chance to, make it be my own decision. And for now, I enjoy more of seeing Barovia before I make my decision, and I want to see her side in this and her personality more before I entwine myself too much with all of this, if that makes sense to you. Obviously, it's yeah. Go ahead.
She sends a quick glance over the scanners, and then she nods to you. That's good for you. Having that option.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand it's a bit weird. I'm the only person that she doesn't command. But it's how it is in a relationship, I guess. Or how it should be, at least. In my opinion.
The man with the beard leans forward next. He nods at first. That's certainly a lot of power to have, at least here in Barovia. I hope you use it for as much good as you can.
Yeah, I mean, I try. I don't know how much hurt it is, but I think we've done. If you consider people surviving a good thing, then I think we did already save 2 villages, Barovia, from probably not the best end.
2 of them.
Yeah.
There's only 3, so
Getting there.
which one
I mean-
has not been saved, in your own words?
Well, saved by us. I should specify. Currently, Stradania is handling things with the village of Barovia more intensely, and
You came from there, did you not? From the east.
no, you did hear some things. That's correct.
So
I
you
did come from it.
passed through the village?
Yes. At the moment in time where a lot of things were different. I was not in a relationship with the Countess at that point. Nor did I know that she had such an interest in me.
That must have been overwhelming.
Not surprising for people to have interest in me.
I have been meaning to ask, now that I've confirmed that you indeed visited the village. We're scheduled to relocate to the village soon, as you might have heard. There's a home being built for us there. I grew up in the village, but I was only a few years old when I was welcomed into this new family. But I still have some memories of it. Would you be so kind and tell us the state? What are we walking into? The people, the atmosphere. How is the village of Barovia doing?
Well, it's been a bit for me too, so I can only tell you what was true back then and what changed on what I've heard. So the Uljanovics, I think is the name, right? No, something.
Yes, the burgomaster.
Yeah, they. When I was there, Irina had mostly tried to take over what her father left behind, which was difficult, you know. But I
So
tried to help her.
Kolyan is dead?
He wanted to be more of a right-hand man of her. She's more in tune with all of the politics, from
Oh,
what I could tell.
Kolyan was the father.
The father. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Yes, right.
Marc is the
Yes.
is the brother.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I'll say yes. He is dead. Fortunately, so. But his kids aren't. But they're in a bit of a predicament themselves, I think.
And Irina is taking up the torch?
She wanted to, and we tried to help her with that, but it seems like it was going a bit too slow for Countess. So she made the Cantemir the new burgomaster for the Barovia. Maybe also
Cantemir.
because he's an easier pawn to play. Not as intelligent.
Oh. Bildrath fellow, the one who you
Yeah.
rented the
Shop
store?
owner. Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
thought
don't
he
really like him, but you know.
had the moral fiber to be a leader.
Yeah. Well, I just gotta hope that he does his part. Um, I mean, like, maybe in the future I'll like have a talk with Stania again, and we'll see if he's really the right choice. But for now, because she wants to start up production again of food, she wants him to take the lead.
Food.
I think so, yeah. I only overheard here and there. It's not, not the best like topic at the breakfast table or something.
The
But
village has always been the breadbasket of the valley.
yeah. And the idea is to enhance that to make sure that no one is starving, hopefully. As it's a bit hard with all the mist stuff going on to efficiently grow food.
That's good. That's good. Yes, as I remembered it, it was always a sad affair,
Yeah,
being a farmer. My parents
sure.
were, and yeah, it was many thankless hours spent on those fields. And what about the mood? Is anything
Well,
else to say about the village?
well, first I would say, I mean, I assume they probably still have to do thankless hours. I think it's probably gonna be still very difficult to do, but maybe there's some magics that can help grow things. When it comes to the mood, I mean, it definitely has been a while. I don't think I can give you a good answer on that. I think it is. It wasn't as touched as other places that we visited after it, but that could have changed by now. There was still a lot of unrest, maybe, but overall, it was probably one of the nicest places we had visited in Morovia.
All right, that's good to know. We're all a bit curious about what we're walking into.
If you
Which
If you
I'm
get-
sure the countess, like, we're not worried at all. We're not complaining. It's all good. I'm sure everything is going to be good. Bianca kind of smooths over.
could I ask for something if you guys are going there?
Sure, anything.
It would be nice if you guys can look over Irina and make sure she's fine. She was quite a good host, and I feel a bit rude to just take her all her power like that, and I think she deserves some protection, maybe, or maybe in here, I don't know, and look over to the guy that grown up there. Maybe you maybe know the family a bit better, maybe you can help her out a bit.
I knew her as a kid, but she must be younger than me. But I will seek her out, and if she's as good of a person as you describe her to be, then I will personally keep an eye out.
Thank you. Yeah, and don't buy the pie from a granny that's selling it there. Just for you to know.
What?
Ah, yeah, it's not. I think she's
I
doing them some sort of scam. I'm pretty sure. So better careful there. They get you with playing to be old, but
Is there a granny selling scam pies? Asks Vincentia.
well, sort of.
Mm.
You could say.
Please tell us more so we're prepared for what we are walking into.
I mean,
Scannis.
It's gotta be pretty obvious. She's just an old lady that's like, "Oh, do you want to buy pie?" And then it's not worth it to buy the pie.
can I do like a empathy composure check to see if Leo is just trying to downplay like bullshitting it or like genuinely just
Sure.
gently.
My head turned when I heard pies. I was like, "What? Are we going to this direction? Hold on."
I'm like, I
You're
wanna
not
say
really sure,
something, but I'm
Daphne.
depressed.
You're not really sure.
I don't want to say anything too.
The blonde one leans in again.
It's a free to talk.
What's wrong with the pies?
Magic.
Yeah. They're magic pies.
It
Yeah.
makes you addicted. It's a addictive substance of some sort.
Magic.
fun.
It's not a good substance, but and addictive. It's very the scam. I'm saying, just want to get the money, drugging
There's
you.
an old grandmother with magic capabilities, and she's turning her pies addictive.
Yeah, well, we can't confirm that it's like super magic or something, but she definitely does something to make them addictive. And
That's
substances are,
interesting.
not great.
Magic is hard to come by these days.
Yeah, better be careful around her.
Is she, by any chance, named? Oh, what did I learn? It might have, was it Bar? Or is it the one with the M? Morgan.
Yeah, you kinda got your knowledge down. I look at the rest of the party.
Shake their head no. Shaking my head no.
You can see Starbucks is not even looking at you.
Soul is shaking his head. There's like
You can see Starbucks is just like when you don't wanna eat the soup, and you just like play with it. It's just like that.
No. I look over to Daphne.
Daphne gives you the look of like, just tell them the whole fucking story.
Well, if it's one of those two names,
Yeah, it is.
Good to know, because then we will keep our distance.
Yeah.
For what reason, I may ask? You don't mind me asking?
Well, that's-
They are not Barovians, nor forest folk. They're not afflicted by lycanthropy. They're not Vistani. And they've been here for, I think, since Barovia experienced this curse. They are some kind of other, long-lived and magically gifted, somehow has a relationship with the Countess, don't they?
They do. And have a sort of a pact, you could say, I think. I was actually wondering if you guys maybe know. I mean, they're called like the Night Apostles. Do they like worship Father Night, or like something like that, or is that just the name?
They look at each other, and then Vincentia is the one to speak this time. I think it's best that you ask Seleka that. If anyone would know, it would be her. It sounds. It might have to do with Father Knight, but she would know.
Let's see. Yeah. I think that's all. That's a nice tavern there. Some lovely Bistani living there.
Bianca creeps around you guys, and she like falls, like kneel down beside Zarex, and she goes, "Hey!"
Zarex turns around.
You know, between girls, do you have anything to trade? Like, do you have any? Maybe perfume, makeup, maybe jewelry. Like, I have some animal skins, some tooth necklaces, if you're interested in that. But if you have anything with you that would look me more presentable, like the next time I go for the castle, like even like old clothes. I mean, I know how to sew. Do you have anything with you?
Star Wars just has the thinking expression because it's 10 times harder to think now. And she remembers the dress from the.
Oh yeah, that you got to keep. Yeah.
I got to keep. Is she like? Of course, Asterix like 168. I don't think she will fit on that though.
And like Bianca is looking at you like
I mean,
you two should have a understanding about this.
I love
And-
how she's just skipped over Daphne.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, maybe there's something on the dress for sure. That's maybe jewelry or stuff like that that comes with it that you can give outside the whole dress.
I want to make like a good impression, and I feel so. I don't know, what do they wear at the castle even? Like, what's the fashion? What's going on?
I think I have something,
Oh?
but I don't think it will fit you.
I
But
can
we
make
can-
adjustments. I can work with it.
We can have a look. And Sargas will just leave the bowl half empty and just
That
stand up.
would be amazing. Thank you. And there's like this little like jump into the air she does with her knees bent in happiness as she stands up, and she takes your hand and she like scurries off with you.
It's quite the person.
Yes.
Yeah, don't be offended, Daphne.
Oh my god!
Plenty of
Daphne look-
style, personally, you know.
Daphne look at Leo with a confused face.
Oh my god. Oh
Why-
no.
Why would I be offended?
Leo, Leo, she's a lost cause.
What are you talking about?
I
That
just,
thing.
it's
That thing.
alright, yeah. Yeah,
That thing.
but I said something. You're doing great. How's it tasting the food, you know?
Food is good. I
Good,
quite like
good.
it.
Kira comes over, sits down with a heavy sigh, Scannis immediately stands up and hands her a new bowl of stew.
Yep.
She quietly starts eating.
What's her like expression? How does she seem like disappointed, frustrated?
Make me an empathy
Nah.
pusher.
Ooh, good old. 9 on the dice.
You rarely go above 10.
Yeah, I don't like above 10 even. Staying on small numbers. That's way cooler.
Well, she does seem a bit unhappy when she sits down.
Guess I'll just inquire. Everything all right?
I'm not supposed to disappoint you, but I will have to. I will not accept him.
That's I guess that's all right. It was more like
An offer.
if it was working, it wasn't. I don't think you're disappointing me with that necessarily. It's a bit sad for him if he wanted to hang out with kids, but you know, is he just too hot-headed or?
Yeah, for what reason? We're just curious.
I would have accepted him if he was young enough. I do believe with the right training, anyone can become an exceptional knight. But his lack of backbone disappointed me. He should have left Vallaki to search for Hans Franz and Laszlo on his own, and not use proxies. Too little, too late.
See that? So, what's your plan? Do you just release him, or?
He will return when you leave us. When the storm abates, I'm sure that you could safely escort him to Kresk, and from there he can use the Swallish Road to return home, where he belongs.
I guess I can't guarantee that he'll not just come back.
I made it quite clear to him that if he ever tries to interfere with those 3 lives again, then I won't be so kind a second time.
Okay. That's good
If
to know.
he does, then it is on him.
Understood.
That's fair. That is fair. Well, I guess the kids had their moment with him at least.
Yes, which I am not so sure I'm happy with. And she sends over a look at Vicencia, and Vicencia nods slowly. And there seems to be some kind of understanding going between the two. And she leaves, having finished her breakfast, and heads north into the cave again.
Well, is there any way you can sense how long the storm is not going still? I heard like werewolves has like super senses or something.
When you spend a lot of time in the wilderness, you start to be able to understand it in a different way. Yet, I am not the wisest among us here in that regard. And she looks over to Skennis, who looks a little bit, there's a smirk on his face that he's enjoying. The fact that he's the oldest one around. Well, the aching in my legs are telling me in earliest an hour and latest this afternoon.
That's nice. And it's just something. It's not something that like immediately happens. Like you immediately get like aware of it. It's just like because you guys were living here for a while.
A few hours before, actually, I start feeling my knees, and he goes off into this conversation and this description of how we can tell. In the meantime, Starex, you're led into like the personal space of the alpha, and there's like several like furs and pelts and leather on the ground. There is some drawings on the wall in this like dark ochre that Bianca showcases and like puts a lock of hair behind her ear, and she says, I tried to decorate as best as I could. In the back there is a like the space is divided into a leather curtain on one side leading out to the rest of the cave complex, but there's also a leather curtain in the back, which you have no idea if it's just just stone behind it or if there's something else back there. And she immediately like opens up a trunk, and there's several pelts in there. She starts bringing out, and she's I asked Skennis to like treat them or like skin them, and I've treated them, and I think that they're very soft in the leather. Like, so if there's anything you like here and it would work for you, I would be happy to trade. If you have like any Yuri, maybe gemstones. You said you maybe had some cloth?
I actually do have some cloth.
Styrox will just get her backpack and try to look on the bottom of it all.
Furthest down.
Furthest down, like pick up the dress and just sew it to her.
Oh my father night, that is so beautiful! Oh my god, look at it, its flows, and the cloth is so soft. And she's like completely gushing out.
It is actually from the Countess herself. When
Shut up!
When she did the ball, then, if I remember correctly, I think Kirill was there. This was actually the one I wear.
I tried to ask Carol for like details of what happened at the ball, but she doesn't notice those things. But maybe you did. Like, tell me everything. Who was there, and what were they wearing, and how did it look? How was it like?
Star was just like backs a little bit.
She pulls you down, with a hand again onto like this fur kind of carpet, and she like sits down, all excited, brings you clothes, that kind of deal.
Well, in my case, I'm also not really the person to ask that questions. I most of the time spend close with books myself.
Books? Huh. I've heard about books, but I've never seen one myself. I've heard that there's so much information in one. Do you have one with you?
I actually have 2.
Really? You
Ah,
are. Oh, I am
Starbucks.
so envious.
Starbucks was something just only shows a little bit, doesn't even let her take it.
She
Her
like
notebook.
really tries to keep herself in like a place and don't take it from you, and like she is like all staring and looking at it. But that's. Listen, what are these topics like? Shouldn't there be like fairy tales or I don't know, self-help?
They are also those, but these 2 are. One is the book I just use for the spells. This one is mostly for myself to kind of take notes of everything that's going around and anything that.
Like a diary?
Yes, similar.
I wish I had a diary. Like kind of have like a mental one, like this routine before I go to bed. Like I write down like if I had a diary, like other girls. But lucky.
I don't have a book, but Starbucks will go back to her backpack and pull 10 sheets of paper.
She looks at it like it's the biggest treasure ever. I could do so much with this. Ah! I can make. Oh, you know, I've been thinking about some designs, and this could definitely help me. I don't have many like materials to work with, but maybe this can allow me to experiment. I need to ask Carol for more first.
There's no need for. I actually don't probably gonna use either the dress and the paper. Well, I have more with me. You can keep them.
What? Like, I mean, okay. Maybe the quality is not up to your standard. I'm sorry.
It's actually no problem. I'm not asking anything in return. Besides, the only thing that's probably gonna happen to the dress is keep dust under my backpack at the end. And would prefer if someone can actually use it. Or at least the cloth. Because and Starbucks looks up, looks down, looks up, looks down. You're not fitting in that.
Well, aren't you sweet both outside and inside? How generous. And oh my, I've been trying to like keep track of my figure. Have I been doing it poorly lately? Am I turning fat?
Do I consider her fat? Like
She might be more of the skinny side. She is definitely not fat, but she's looking at herself very disapprovingly.
Not really. I think you're not like Daphne, but you're fine.
Wait, like Daphne? Wait, so muscular and brawny is considered... Okay, spill the beans, you gotta tell me. Is that how everybody looks in the castle? Is that the thing?
No, not really.
Oh?
It's clear in the ball who dedicates themselves to combat and who dedicates themselves to other things. like and Star Wars says so sir, I'm like, you can tell that I'm not made for combat.
No, I can tell you're a bit more like me. She gives you a big smile.
Styrax actually smiles.
Oh. But are you absolutely sure, Architect? This must have cost a fortune. Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Oh my god! Can I call you BFF? Because I want to call you BFF.
I'm sorry, but I would prefer not.
Okay.
It's
Oh my.
it's fine, but I'm not really used to. Let's say that having been around people as much, even though I'm traveling with this, is more of I've been told to come here.
Alright, but even if all of this was like a circumstance, like you look fierce as you do that. Like you have the most beautiful blue skin that I ever seen, and I think your figure is to die for. You probably looked very beautiful wearing this.
Styrax actually looks away. Embarrassed.
Oh, don't, no, there's no need to act bashful. I'm speaking the truth. You're so beautiful.
I never thought of that since. Well, that's pretty much too deep, and I don't wanna just bug you with that.
Well, it seems like the grass is always greener on the other side. Here we have just this natural beauty, not understanding what she have. And here am I, an unpolished gem, not being able to flaunt her beauty. I believe if we help each other, we're going to shine.
Wait, can you repeat it, please?
The grass is always greener on the other side. You're a beauty who doesn't realize that she's beautiful, and I am an unpolished gem, unable to flaunt her beauty. So together, if we help each other, we will be able to shine.
I guess I can also, if you don't mind, I guess there was cast Mage Hand,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna hurt, but just don't move. And Styros will actually just make a short hair French maid for her.
A short what? What did you say?
Like short hair, but with making a French bride.
Ooh. She laughs very loudly, and she brings up this like extremely tarnished like metal sheet that she has somehow tried to form into an oval shape, and she just like tries to see her own reflection in it. And she swirls her, like immediately twirls around to you and asks, "Can I do your hair?"
Sure.
And she immediately goes behind you and starts talking away in her very bright voice and playing around with your hair. Okay, back at the breakfast. Anything else we want to talk about during breakfast?
Not really. I think.
No.
I think it's more just maybe some small talk, but not much necessarily. Just
Okay.
waiting for the hours to go by. At least
Then,
for me.
just before noon, Cyrix, you, like, despite, like, your own, apprehensions, you have actually a pretty nice time with Bianca. And it hasn't been any moment in the mist of Barovia where you felt somewhat feminine. But, with Bianca, you did.
Yeah. But also wanted to add that as slowly as she spends more time with Bianca, she will start smiling more and be more interactive.
Aww. So cute. And she like gushes over getting like the dress from you, and she talks about the plans of how she's going to change it to make it suit herself. And you actually need to be picked up by the party when Scannis declares that the storm is over. Like almost like a kid who has spent too much time over at a friend's house. You need to be like told it's time to go.
Yeah, it's like going over and be like, "Hey, sorry to intrude, but it seems like the storm is letting off. Sure, if you guys have anything to like finish up, but we were planning on like going soon."
Check in with Milivoj? Or you just
Yeah, first. Yeah, I was meant to do that. I'm trying to pick up Starix right now, but she's occupied, I think. So.
yeah. Cool cave, not gonna lie, cool ass cave. The entrance is so dope.
When Star was picking up everything and about to leave, just before leaving Bianca, she will just say, if you can just try to find me whenever you want, BFF. And we'll turn away and just walk out to the party.
Hey yo.
Bianca is squealing in happiness behind you. BFF forever!
No. What happened to your hair, Starix?
Yeah, it's so
Pretty nice.
sparkly and shimmering.
Looks sweet.
Thank you.
Get some.
What were you gonna say?
You look good.
I thought so.
That's cool. Bianca's a really nice person, it seems like, right?
To put it simply, she brightened my day.
That's really great. That has to mean something. Not many people that can do that easily. All right. I think we're all ready. Unless there's something you want to do. Still, someone you want to say goodbye to? Anyone else? Having like a new BFF here.
I'm done with this place now.
I couldn't get BFF with Kirill yet, but you know, maybe we'll get there.
Soon.
And you can just
Knowing
hear
you
her,
soon.
like Starbucks smile and just sure, buddy.
You know, pick up.
I think Daphne is closer than you.
That's true.
I mean,
But you know,
Definitely
It's
says
just the
he
thing you
goes-
don't want to just you don't want to be friends with me. You know, you want to go a step
Ah.
further usually. So it's kind of like you don't want to friend zone me. So you know, there's sometimes
see.
an issue there. I can understand that.
I see.
Yeah, it's so difficult sometimes. You know.
Just like as Sarah just rolls her eyes. Here we go
No.
again.
You know, women. You know, you're a woman.
Ah. Is that a thundercloud up in the sky over there? I think it's going our way.
Leo, if you
Yeah, let's
get burned, alive somehow, that's not my fault.
Oh. Okay.
Alright. Let's go. I mean, no voice. Where's my boy?
I think they. Do we have them all picked up now, or?
Yes, so this is what happens. You pick up your camp, gather all your things, prepare yourself for the journey. The werewolves like offer some furs if you would require for the journey, so you don't feel cold. They kind of gather at the entrance of the cave with Kirill and Skenis in the front. Milivoy is kind of led forward by Kirill, again led by his neck, and he looks unhappy. He looks rather defeated and angry. Nyanka, on the other hand, spends her time kind of behind you guys, hoping that she will not be noticed as much as possible. But definitely on your side of like, yeah, I want to get out of here. And as you kind of gather there at the opening step out underneath the cave roof of this almost like mall-like structure that is the opening to the Red Fang's lair. Skenis asks if you know where you are.
Oh, not really, as we were gathered here while being unconscious.
I thought so. Do you have any tool as to orient yourself?
I don't think so, unless my magic friends have something.
So far, we only have a map.
Well, that will work. Show me.
And Cyrus will pull out the map.
All right. And he looks at it, kind of scratches his beard a little bit, picks up like a piece of coal, and then makes a marking of where you are.
Oh, hey. There we are.
Which is there.
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Where? Oh god. What the heck happened? What? Hello?
Huh?
Hello. Good day.
Hi!
Hi?
Hi!
Roll 20?
See you soon.
Damn,
I'll come back.
Do you
you're
need
quite far away from Crest, huh?
to, you want to re-roll?
No, we are just almost
Okay.
8
Yeah.
7
There
hours,
you
6 hours, 8 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, well, the
ew.
bird's eye direction, yeah.
Yeah, there's mountains and stuff, so.
It's like a
Yeah. Oh,
day
okay.
of traveling.
We're gonna be there at nightfall. Oh no.
Well, it's about noon currently.
We'll see. Let's just move forward, right?
Here it's supposed to be. And Skenis also says, to ease your journey, I will let 3 of my friends follow you. As soon as they see the walls, they will return, but they know these parts well.
That's very nice of you. Thank you. I'll make it a lot easier.
Your safety is very much our concern.
That's fair.
He gives you like a smirk of you know how their situation is like. Carol has been standing there, pretty like letting Scannis take charge. She pushes Milavoy kind of forward by the neck, so he kind of stumbles into you guys. He gives you like her a vicious kind of glare, but she doesn't even look at him. And she scratches her head a little bit. Well, I hope that the next time we meet it will be under better circumstances. In fact, I do hope we interact as little as possible.
Aw, that's rude. I think we can, on better terms, interact.
It seems to be less complicated that way. Safe
I guess I understand
journey, and please keep out of our business. And the next time, if any of the Red Fang pack would not recognize you, please state your allegiance.
Yeah, will do.
She nods and she turns around and she leaves.
Right.
Well, just us and the cold. And
And
Milavoy.
three wolves that follow us? Or
Yeah. Scanners kind of do this high-pitched whistle, and like three wolves kind of jog forward, and they sit down at the attention. He gives them a treat each, and like whispers something in the air, and they wag their tails as he does so.
I guess I'll just ask the scanners, like, how private are things going to be with these wolves around? You know, just wondering. There's no way you guys are like looking through these or hearing through these, you know. Knowing bats and stuff, you know.
I am able to understand a lot of what they're saying, a surprising amount, but not as much as the Countess have been able to discuss things with the wildlife that follow her bidding. They are foremost loyal to me, but if I would not be around anymore, then their allegiance will go back to her. But their intelligence is not the highest. They're dogs, after all.
Yeah, I guess can you just like tell them to like, you know, let us, you know, not listen in or anything, and let us stay private.
They will keep their distance, but close enough to tell you if they hear something.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's all.
Then perfect. Future consort of the Countess. Good luck.
Thank you, Scanners.
Have a great
I'm
rest.
sure we will meet each other again, no matter what Kirill might want.
Most likely.
Hopefully it's amicable.
I'm sure it will be.
I certainly hope so. And he waves, and he as well kind of steps back, and the like whole troop of werewolves, Bianca is like waving and like saying goodbye, BFF, ah! You know, but the rest are like giving their respectful goodbyes.
Yeah, I guess as we start like leaving, I'll just check in with Milavoy for a second. I think you have to come with us, little boy. I'm sorry to tell you.
Doesn't seem like I have a choice.
I want you to know that it's best you're not messing with anything here. And that also goes for you, Nyanka.
Why are you looking at me? I can take care of myself.
Yeah, just, you know, you're good at keeping secrets, right?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be not a secret for you. Because if it's not, then you're gonna be in a bit of a trouble, and I'm not sure I can get you out of that one.
I hear you loud and clear. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, and for Milovoy, it's the same thing. You've heard what she said, and she's gonna stay true to that.
Yeah, whatever.
There are other kids to be careful. Don't throw your life away like this. It's not worth it.
You don't know one thing about me.
Yes, that's fair. But I can still tell you that it's a bad idea to die.
He just sighs.
And we keep moving. Following the wolves' path.
Yeah, the wolves kind of start trudging ahead, leading you in the most comfortable path they can, and slowly the opening to the Red Fang Pack cave disappears. You leave the werewolf cave behind, together with Nyanka, Meliboy, and the trio of wolves after the storm relented. With the aid of your new furry friend, as well as Daphne's wilderness expertise, the journey becomes hassle-free and as fast as you can go that Nyanka and Meliboy allow. But now the wind has settled into a fresh and nippy breeze, and the snowfall relent, and you get to the point of the closest thing you can to a clear sky in Barovia. In lieu of the greater visibility, you can see parts of the great and snow-covered mountain chain of Baratok, peeking out in between masses of mists and clouds to your right and behind you. The first stretch of the journey is a massive declining slope emanating from the cliff wall for which the cave sits within. The next 2 hours of journey becomes a zigzag pattern of hills and smaller mountains and a constant switch between incline and decline as you make your way past it. In the later half of the afternoon, you clear the last of the great slopes of the western Baratok mountain chain, and on that last decline, before you enter properly into the snowy northern part of the Swallow Woods, you see a sudden flash of lightning, not coming from the clouds above, but from the forest down below, far towards the east.
How far away, roughly? Means with the sound, usually you can gauge it.
Oh,
Guess the sound takes longer than the lightning sound. So.
a couple of kilometers away, judging by the sound, and you are a bit elevated right now, so looking down upon the like blanket of Swallish woods. Yeah, a couple of kilometers away.
Starix.
Do I recognize any of particular thing of that?
Well,
Is this terrace right now just feels spawning right now, or?
I mean, it could just be a random flash of lightning, but it can also be all these hints
On the ground.
that I've been passing to you, where you can make your own assumptions. Master Area Stormlight, his specialty was, of course, storm magic.
I swear, if it is him, I'm gonna burn him myself.
Okay.
It's close. Do you mind going check?
I don't mind.
Sure.
I guess I'll just gauge like. Is like obviously Kresk is farther away than this, and this is somewhat on the way, or
No, it's the exact opposite direction, and the wolves immediately starts like they get your attention by squealing a little bit underneath their breaths, and they walk a few steps in the other direction.
I mean, we never get a better chance to get there. And I'm sure Nyanka and Milovich are fine with doing a bit of a detour. Because, like, if we now, like, do, like, a whole 1 day travel back to Crest, I mean, I guess we could, like, just take a day back travel. But I guess we don't have nice wolves then that can show us the way back easily.
It's been on my list for quite a while, and I just put too much things on top of it, and now that I'm, what to say, close, I don't want to miss this chance.
Yeah, fuck it, let's go there. The wolves will stay with us. Might not be able to go sneaky, because they're gonna be annoyed. Start howling maybe, but they're somewhat intelligent, right? So let me just tell them. Hey wolves, we just want to do a bit of a detour. I know that's not exactly what was told to you, but trust me, Scanners will understand. We'll just like a few kilometers, we're gonna meet a friend, and then we're gonna go back to Kresk. Great talk.
They kind of look at you with their ears at attention, and all of them to the left move their head slightly to the side.
Just letting you know, kind of like engaged with the countess, so I'm technically commanding you too. You know, like, you should listen to me.
One of them barks, starts pacing around in a circle, and then takes a few steps and kind of moves your head towards the southwest. And
All right, you'll follow us, I'm sure. I'm gonna start moving in the direction of the lightning.
the wolves are like howling and like making these high-pitched sounds at each other, and then slowly they start walking behind you, but under protest.
There we
Daphne
go.
will just look at Cyrax and say, from another person who have crazy mental to another, try not to like punch him the first thing you see him, you know?
Oh no, not gonna punch him.
Yes, but let's talk first. After which, if you want to, you know, burn him, kill him, beat him up, I'll help you. But
If
let's...
if I'm being honest, it's not that I wanna punch him because living. Mostly wanna just why just throwing thunder
Yes,
so I get to know as the weird door mage just throwing thunder all around. I'm fishing with freaking thunder.
I
And this is the first
know.
time you hear Cyrax saying freaking.
Like a
Ooh.
certain, like a certain celestial who just give people weird body parts and turn them into monster. Am I right? These
Yeah.
old men are crazy.
Or
I'm
like
telling you.
like a mantra that's like
Well,
delivering children.
well, imagine being stuck years inside the mist. I
I don't
think
know.
everyone will
Perhaps
go crazy.
give it a couple of years. Maybe you will start burning forests down and like. I will do something. I don't know. I haven't thought that far yet.
But I promise I won't punch him or anything. I will
If you
try to talk first.
if you want to punch him, let me do it. It will probably hurt more anyway.
Well, let's first find him and observe the situation. You know, we still have to keep in mind that we have two other people with us, so should be respectful to that. It's just a few kilometers, so it's gonna be like maybe like a 20-minute hour walk, ending since it goes down. So
Yeah,
I
that's not bad.
finally understand now why all of you don't have children yet, because you all lack responsibility. Like, Kresk is in the other direction. Why are you going around seeking more danger?
Because we are bearing quite the heavy responsibility and we need all the help.
Well, I'm your biggest responsibility right now.
As Tyrax interrupts, and you have been away for days. I've been away of what could I say is my father for years now. And the one who teach me everything, and to be honest, one of the things I also came here is for him to bring him back.
Well, if he's running around up here, then maybe he can survive another day or two. So bring me back to Kresk first.
Well, if we bring you back to grass, there might be a chance of him running away. So,
Well, tough luck. I am right here. I'm a kid. Help me.
well, it's not too late for you to start training. So, let's go.
What? What kind of stupid logic? And she like continues to complain the whole way there. Melivoy just looks at all of you confused with a frown, but doesn't want to be left alone, so he follows. And then slowly together, you change direction 180, and you head northeast into the blanket of the Swallow Woods in the direction of where you saw the sudden flash of lightning. And with that, going to end tonight's episode of Curse of Tour. Woo!
Yay.